And I can actually go ahead and engage the root autopilot mode. And just let it take us on out. Okay, where'd you go? There you are, up there in the clouds. And boy, I'm going to say it every time that I'm trying to find an aircraft. I cannot wait for DCS World 2 and the increased aircraft visibility. Okay, best to stay low. The lower they are, the less time the rebels have to target you. Okay, good call. You see a white trail, immediately dispense flares. Always a good idea. Okay, let me just let the aircraft work for me now. Accelerating to 180. Yeah, it recommends half-second interval. I've got it set up for 2 seconds, which gives me, flares over a longer time frame. Once I dispense, they're going to be dispensing for longer. Okay, let me get the altitude damping kicked in, and I can come up and decelerate back to a 180 right now. And since I'm letting the autopilot really determine my course, all I'm really doing is just controlling speed with aft lateral, or not lateral, but fore and aft stick, and height with collective. I need to actually bring it over to the left a little bit to get out of his wake. Get power lines, so let's be careful as we're down at low level. I'm going to actually disengage the root mode and just fly this manually. That wasn't working as well as I had hoped, flying here at a kind of a close formation. Yeah, this feels a lot better. I was kind of fighting the autopilot. Hey, Kuban River feeds into the large canal. You can see the railroad bridge to the right and 2 to the left. So there's the rail bridge right there. A couple of bridges, yeah, right there to the left, feeding into the canal. Yeah, very cool. Ah, there he is, right there below me. Yeah, that was all my fault, losing track from right there. Okay, he's slowing down, which probably means we're getting close to a steer point. Okay, Ustins Gota. I should pay attention to the pronunciations that he's using. And he's about to make a left-hand turn into me, so I need to back off a little bit here. Always updating my trim. It's easy to fly, just with some just stick deflections. Like for example, right now I have some lateral stick to the right, and I just trim it out, release the stick. Okay, is a Guta River coming up? You see right there. Okay, and we'll pick up steer point 2. So let me step on over. 38 kilometers, left-hand turn. Okay, descending through, let me say that's my radar altimeter telling me that I'm below 100 meters AGL. Okay, heading 140, speed 200 and something. So it'll be a left-hand turn just following the road up. I just need to not let him get too far out in front of me because it's hard to pick him up again if I do that. Okay, flying over some restless areas up ahead. Accelerate to 250 at the next turn and keep our eyes peeled. Okay, good call. Okay, let me get some more speed on the aircraft. Boy, this front panel right here is just killing me for visibility. Okay, 230, 240. Yeah, and that'll get us caught right back up. Okay, got some civilian traffic. Okay, coming up on the next town. Okay, that's my airspeed warning, telling me I'm a little bit too fast. Let me kind of pull back. It was about a little bit over 270. You have slowed down again on me, haven't you? I'm just going to back off and let this guy do whatever he wants to do. And not try to keep any kind of a formation. It's way too rusty. Maybe eventually, after 3 or 4 missions, I would be able to do that, but yeah, right now I've just got a lot too much stuff to keep track of. Okay, 105, speed 250, gotcha. I'm going to let you pass around to my left. I'm out in front of you, you're going to come around to my left. That's going to put you coming out from that direction. And then I'll accelerate and keep up with him. Okay, re-engaging the route navigation mode. Oh, that's right, it's taking me over the desired track, isn't it? Actually, is it even... No, I was on the wrong steer point. Now, are you sure? Steer point 2. Okay, let me take it out of route mode. Am I just confused about which steer point is which? That's... it's actually a very, very big complaint I have about DCS is... Okay, I've got it as steer point 2 right here. I would have thought that would have been the... usually, there's like a 1 difference in the steer point numbers. I don't know. I'll worry about it right now. Okay, let me just go over to desired heading mode, steer point 2, engage route following. That might have been it. That had to have been it. It was just taking me over to intercept the ground track for this steer point. Okay, no big deal. Okay, but I will accelerate. He's a couple of kilometers out in front of me right now, but that's no big deal. Okay, I'm just going to tool along here. I'll come back once he calls out something more interesting. Okay, and here's exactly what I was talking about. This is clearly steer point 3 that we're guiding on right now. However, it's steer point 2 right here. It's just always a little bit inconsistent between what you see on the kneeboard, what you see in the mission editor, what you see in the briefing, and what you actually use in the cockpit. It probably wouldn't be so bad if I kind of took a day and just sat down, figured it out, wrote it all out, maybe do like an on-the-range video on it, and figure out definitively a system, because it's every time I get into a new mission, I'm figuring it out anew. So steer point 3 is steer point 2. Got it. And still just kind of navigating along here. He's about to, I think, call out something about the towns that we have coming up. Kislovsk, I believe, is what we have coming up, and I'm just tooling along in route hold mode on the heading straight at the steer point. And I've got the radar altimeter, or the radar altitude hold mode, keeping me out of trouble as well. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. And I picked up my flight lead again, just out there where he should be. Let me, a little bit of glare coming through. Let me turn down the brightness a little bit on my HUD, see if that's, it's not uncomfortable to read, but yeah, neat. All the stuff that we have to do. I never did kill my nav lights, did I? Okay, there we go. Now, where are you? Let's see if I can actually keep you in sight. Yeah, right out there, right along the road. Okay, coming up on the third steer point. Therese. Utricken. Very cool. I'll be right back. Okay, coming up about 1 minute to the next steer point, popping up over some terrain. Got a couple of hinds coming in from the opposite direction. Let me not fly her into the ground in front of these hinds. That would be embarrassing. And turn left to heading 065, and that'll be steer point 4. I'm sorry, steer point 3. And yeah, the autopilot's just tracking me right along that. Let me put it on the desired track mode. I was in the desired heading mode. This is going to now compensate and put me onto the correct ground track. So yeah, it's going to fly me over here to the right, and then once I'm on the ground track, it's going to, yeah, as you can see, automatically turn me over and take me straight down the line. Okay, so it'll be on this next leg that we have the FARP coming up. And I also have the beacon. I said I was going to try to do some, possibly some radio navigation, which I have never done in a Ka-50 before. That might be asking a little too much of me right now. Let me see. Yeah, I just have no idea. A good topic for the next test flight session, because I've got the comms over here. Where? I should at least be able to identify where it's at, should I not? It's the magnetic variation. More comms. Anyway, let me just make sure I don't fly it into the ground more than anything else, and then worry about that stuff later on. Okay, so any sign of my flight lead? He should be just right out in front of me. He's not that far out in front, I wouldn't think. I didn't pass him. It's possible that I passed him. I've been flying fairly quickly, or fairly fast so far. He should be right on my... That might actually be him. No, that's just a little artifact of the... no, that's a tower, isn't it? Okay, but at the very least, I should be able to visually identify the park. It'll be past the town, halfway between this town and this town, so it'll be right up here. Probably just over this little ridge is the park that I believe we're going to be working off of in future missions. So, yeah, might as well overfly it, so I'll get a little bit closer and I'll be right back.